a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, yeah. I always be a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, yeah. You only like me cause I'm talented. Stack. I had to move like cut calories. Got it out the mud, I'm feeling like an archaeologist. My life a movie, they say my mission's impossible. Until I got it done and now they saying I'm so I like my women pretty, with attitude. And their waistline slim like that Teddy dude. And I'm glad that God blessed me with these gifts. But I'm nervous about all the crazy things that come with it. Protect me from the snakes and try and take them from my friend. And I hope that this money doesn't make me different. I'm trying to make these ends, I'm not trying to make amends. Relationships get paper thin. When your paper thin, I'ma make it happen. You with family comes first, you don't need me. But lately I just been too busy working. Sorry mama, I know you been trying to reach me. But your baby boy just out here searching for his purpose. I know you need me, and we haven't sat down in a minute. Hey, I know you haven't seen me, but your baby boy just been handling business. I always be a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, yeah. I always be a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga, a Northside nigga.
That's why I started motherfucking episode.
Yeah, bro, I got to, bro. I did it one time with Awkwards, and I was like, oh, we're doing this for the rest of the time. Honestly, we did a freestyle on a beat. But like anytime you do like a music of like either the artist or just something they're into or they're good at or whatever, like it usually pops it off and gets it kind of comfortable, you know? Yeah. So that's the secret, people.
Right, there it is.
But again, just to reintroduce them again, Mr. GB Baby and RRLACE, bro, at the Harmon Warhol show.
Mama, we made it.
Hey, bro, without you, there is no me, bro. For real. That's facts, bro. Like, honestly, like, I appreciate you guys coming. Like, again, I saw both of you guys at the Sanctuary open mic. Shout out to the Sanctuary. Shout out Steve Spith. Everybody eat. Marco.
Shout out to all the artists that pulled up.
Yeah, and that was a fun night. And you guys showed out. Not only did you guys bring a little bit of support to an open mic, nonetheless. You know, it's not like a show that you guys are trying to promote or anything. It's an open mic. So that really stood out. And then you guys showed out, not even with you guys being, like, you guys are... I don't know you guys' history, we'll get into it in a second, but like as far as you guys work coming together, you guys didn't sound the same. You know, you guys are doing different things, so that was the thing that you guys complemented each other well too. You're not like, oh, here's me, here's him, and I don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that too as well. I always like that, like people just being themselves. I don't like when people all sound the same, and you guys even being together, you guys are able to be different, be yourself. So again, like let's just go into it. Like, how do you guys know each other?
Go ahead, you go first.
So
how did you guys meet?
Yeah. So this is my little bro right here. I've known him. Shit, I'm 24 now. He actually just turned 22.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my happy birthday to Mr. GB himself. So I've known him since he was like.
Damn, that's GB Baby, nigga. I'm old, nigga. I'm 30, nigga. I'm about to turn 30, nigga. So I'm like,
22, man. So I've known him since he was literally 19 years old. So we literally grew up in the same neighborhood.
Oh, damn. See, I'm glad I got y'all both two together.
We grew up in the same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood and shit, you know.
Watch each other grow up.
What drove y'all both to like music?
Yeah.
You guys were just always just kind of doing it, or you guys?
Nah, I started doing music when I had moved to Modesto in 2014, I believe. Yeah. And I got kicked out of my mom's house, and like music kind of helped me, come like get my senses together. Cause I was going through some little mental shit, you know, people go through stuff. And I just turned to music, and then my bros was like, they used to be freestyle, we used to get hella high and freestyle. And then I'm just like, fuck it. I can run with it. I run with it from now, and then look, we're here now today.
That's crazy. What about you?
So I've always just had a love for music and a love for rap music, right? Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, if I'm thinking about it, I started rapping when I was around 14, 15, just freestyling at first. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I'm really good at freestyling.
Yeah.
And that led me to me wanting to be the best rapper right? Like not even writing songs or anything, but just literally like, y'all want to be the best rapper. So I would just write 200 bars or whatever it is all the time. Then it led to like, man, actually I'm good at that, man. Like, so let me just conquer these things step by step. Like, okay, now I want to be able to write songs and I'm going to play with my voice and figure it out, you know what I mean? So it's been a long little journey, but I feel like now is finally the time where we're hitting this stride and, you know, push this record.
You know, start
pushing
make it like a certain thing, a particular thing, an entity within itself. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because now it's like that's how me and my homies were. Like we all were just kind of doing music sporadically on time and as just like even with each other. And we kind of were all just doing our own thing, and then we realized like, hey man, you know what? Even if we're not making music, we kind of should move with each other because we're kind of doing a lot of similar things. So like, we're not on each other's projects all the time, every now and then. But really, it's like even if you have a release date, like let's talk about it because maybe I can come in, or you know what I mean, help or whatever, you know, on the push. Same. So like, it's always good to have support, and I always try to like. Promote that to other people from the shows because like you guys are supporting me.
And then you don't not to have nobody wanting to look at your shit or people wanting to help you and shit. So it's like.
I mean, the thing is, you can go further, and this is in every facet of life. You can go further with a group of people.
A team. You can't do shit on your own.
A unit. I mean,
you can get there faster by yourself, but you ain't gonna get far.
Good team around you, man. I mean, for example, how this came together was literally just good energy, right? Like, we met you at the show, and it was just good vibes, good energy. We chopped it up for a little bit. So you got another show, and then here we are on the podcast, you know what I mean? So every artist out there or upcoming, whatever it is, don't be too cool or too whatever. Hey, get out there, market yourself, chop it up.
Network, man.
And it's super easy for us now. Follow each other on IG.
Yeah,
or follow each other on Twitter, whatever it is.
Especially if you see them at the show, like you're gonna see what it is, bro. You see the certain type of energy, like Mr. GB Baby's gonna come at you just spitting that shit, bro, and get you going. And then, you know, RRLACE, this thing comes out here singing.
Whatever I gotta do. Whatever I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, it kind of is cool, the contrast, actually, almost, you know what I mean? Because it seems like, I mean, you guys do songs together, you guys can, you know what I mean, like, come to a common ground and kind of go and do a thing, you know what I mean? But the same thing of the contrast of each other is just so
What's
great.
crazy, people don't know, my favorite genre is R&B, so when I make music, I like making rap music, okay, because I know I can rap, but then I come at multiple ways, so you feel me? It's like, I don't know.
And we actually got some on the way.
Yeah, we got some shit.
We got some on the way. So the song that we performed, Long Way, produced by Shark D, my boy, who also produced Pistols, which is my biggest record besides Northside.
Okay.
Shark D sent him the beat. Terrell did his thing on it. Actually, we made that record kind of like together, ground up. Actually, you got the beat. Yeah,
like put out both little sauces together.
Yeah, both little sauces together, and then we knocked it out. So that's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? That's coming soon.
Fuck with me the long way.
Yep. But I feel like we were saying, as far as doing things as a team and as a unit, like this is little bro, right? So regardless, like the thing I've always told him is like, yo man, like you got talent, so I'm not gonna tell you to be out in the streets and do whatever. I'm gonna tell you to come to the studio. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So hey, if I'm here, bro, slide. You know, and so, you know, just giving a fuck about people that surround you and doing something positive, and
Cause like just also just because you just know because he's younger and you're like, bro, if you can get up on this now, you can be ahead of the game, bro.
So kind of music got me staying out the way. You feel me?
Cultivate, bro.
Yeah. So okay. Here's a phrase that I always ask every guest, and you guys can both finish it your own way. So you know you're in Stockton when.
You got the taco truck and you see niggas hating on you.
Say it again. Get closer.
When you got the taco truck and see people hating on you.
Damn. Shit, that's a good ass question. I know I'm in Stockton. You know what's crazy? I know I'm in Stockton when I get pulled over. Let me tell y'all a real brief story, actually. Go ahead, so one of my best friends, my college roommate, hey, shout out to Cal State East Bay, real alumni, real legend, turned up. Anyways, one of my best friends, he from LA, born and raised, most LA nigga I've ever met in my life. His first time in Stockton, I told him, I said, bro, we traveled from Hayward to Stockton. I said, bro, I really feel like we're gonna get pulled over because like as soon as we get to Stockton.
Jinx yourself.
I'm like, bro.
I guess
I might have
put that energy on.
I might have put that in the air, but I was telling him, well, actually, I was like, look, because I just had my Benz, my white Benz and shit. I'm like, bro, police just be fucking with me in this car, but only in Stockton.
I mean,
I never got pulled over in
you
Hayward.
just put that in the universe, and then you a nigga in a Benz, in a white Benz.
But I was putting it in the universe though, because we're in Hayward and he never seen me get pulled over in Hayward. So we're talking about it, and then boom, I kid you not, bro, we coming in back of 5. Soon as literally back of 5, boom, got my ass pulled over. I'm like,
damn, you ain't stopping to get pulled over.
You ain't starting to get pulled over, man.
Damn, okay. I mean, I've been pulled over in Stockton more than a few times.
Yeah, man, me too. So
I mean, I only say that because I lived in Hayward for 5 years. Went to school out there for 5 years, so I was back and forth.
Oh, so where you guys from?
Stockton.
Just from Stockton.
From Stockton. But yeah, so I went to college in Hayward, and I was back and forth doing the music shit, going back and forth. I stayed on campus actually, and I can count. Actually, I think I only got pulled over in Hayward one time, and that's actually after I graduated.
Yeah.
So
I went to college in Indiana, so I got pulled over all the time.
Oh yeah. Indiana, baby.
I don't even count that to racism necessarily. Because these niggas didn't have shit to do, bro.
Yeah. Whatever. Hey, it is what it is. What school you go to out there?
I went to Indiana University, but I went to a satellite school of it because I played baseball. So there's just like a NAIA, so it's like not even like NCAA, but it's like an offset like division of like collegiate basketball. I was trying to be a big fish in a small pond, pretty much, just because like most of like D1 offers that I got out of high school or even out of JC, like. They were like trying to make me a main factor, you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of politics in sports and shit. Yeah, so I was just like, I'm not good with that, you know what I mean? Especially not having like my dad and other people around and shit, because like I kind of like when I was younger, I didn't know how to like speak for myself that well, you know? I'd either like give you like nothing or I'm just like spazzing out on you, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I know I needed to be in an environment where they needed me, so like I don't have too many confrontations and stuff, you know? So that's pretty much what I try to do. And then you go out there, you're like, damn, there's so like in college, so like just to then we go to a different thing just to bring it up. College ball, like when you go to D1, like it's like most of those guys, like 7 out of those top 9 guys, 7 out of the 9 are at least looking at, and you know what I mean, to be in professional baseball, you know, get drafted at least, you know what I'm saying? When you go to NAI, where I'm at, it's like every team has maybe like 1 or 2, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it works. Because you go to these games, sometimes you're like, damn, because niggas would get drafted out there, but you'd have to be like the best nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like all the people who want either were on the top of the shit, so like that's what I try to do. But like going out there, like white people, like I got pulled over quite a few times. And it's funny because sometimes people know what Stockton is, and they're like, you got weed on you?
Man,
it's like Stockton on your license, nigga. How you know about Stockton, nigga? I know who Nate Diaz is. I watched the UFC after.
The Stockton slap.
Okay, fuck it, the Stockton slap.
Hey, shout out to the Stockton slap. We trying to put it on for the music shit too.
Shout out Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz.
So what other things you guys been performing and shit lately? Or you got any more performances?
Man, so at this point, so like I was saying, I've been doing the music thing for a long time, but I took the approach of I wanted to become great, right? Like I wanted to become an expert at rapping and an expert at making music before I laid out. Well, I should say this, had my rollout, right? So I was working on an album for 3.5, 4 years, right? And we dropped it last year, completely independent. Excuse me, completely independent. And it did well. It did well in the streets. Northside, the song that we played at the Jump, is on the album. If you haven't heard the album, go listen to that shit. We don't speak.
Go download it right now.
Go download it.
Oh, wait, go into before, don't lose your thought. But Northside nigga, you fucking, so like you from the North Stockton? Because I'm from North Stockton too, bro. So where at in North Stockton? Because niggas, I'm almost about 8 Mile. And niggas be saying like, nigga, that's Lodi. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I'm, thank you, my nigga. That's why I played the song, nigga. Northside, nigga. Nigga, I'm out here, bro. I'm representing, bro. God damn. I get hella bad. I'm like, nigga, Stockton, bro. They're like, no, fuck you.
Stockton. I still get my ass pulled over there, period.
Yeah, for real, nigga. Out here.
But yeah, we lived all throughout North Stockton.
I stayed on the north side by McNair or whatever talking about.
Yeah, I've been down over too. All around Spanos, all around, even down where out east too, closer out there too. Yeah. So
I stay by Fox Creek.
Niggas and Tribe niggas.
I used to stay by Fox Creek. Used to stay by elementary school Claremont. Used to stay
Westwood,
by Westwood, McNair. And then now I'm back over here in the Spanos area too. So like I'm near Bear Creek actually.
Oh, okay, for sure. I went out. That's
So
where I went to
literally
high
all
school.
north.
Yeah,
But
that's
I've lived in
north
every part of Stockton. I got love for the whole city.
Yeah, I would love to love
I
whole
used to
city.
stay-
Yeah.
Still north side,
I
north
used to have
side,
Eighth
but
Street.
you feel me? We still fuck with everybody.
Yeah, I used to have Faith out
Yeah.
south.
But we're
went to
not in
Taylor.
everybody politics. Let that be known.
Yeah, the way I look at it when I represent Northside, I'm just saying like this is my perspective because it's a different perspective out here. You know what I mean?
Everywhere.
Like especially like from Southside, from that. You know what I mean? Because people like literally can't even drive or won't even want to drive from Southside to Northside because they're like that's too far. You know what I'm saying?
It's only 15 minutes.
Yeah, people think that's too far for them sometimes.
You smoke a blunt for 15 minutes. you can drive that.
We are not encouraging you to smoke and drive. Hey, but if you do,
But if you do,
if you do anyway,
strap up, lock in. All right, lock in.
don't get pulled over.
Lock in. Strap up, lock in. Yeah, so, yeah, hey, look. Love for the whole city, basically. You got love for the whole city.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But back to it, boom, the rollout. I wanted to become really, really good at making music before I, jumped on every fucking stage, right? And so I feel like I'm at that point now where I have put in my work. I've shot my free throws per se, gone to the gym per se. You know what I mean? Like, and so now I'm at this point where like I'm pushing the music 100% hard time, 100% hard time. And yeah, like I feel like I can get into a studio with anybody, name anybody on the planet, and feel comfortable and feel confident in my music making ability. And so, yeah.
You're 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
I saw that on stage when you said that, and you're like, I was just like, yeah, man, I go, it looks like you got a lot of confidence on the stage, and he goes, man, I put my work in, and I go, it looks like it.
Yeah. That's like it is. Right? It looks like it. I'm like,
You're very comfortable up there, especially with going from singing to rapping and just being up there. You set up your songs well, so I'm like, oh, this nigga's done it a few times.
Right.
Even though I can see that you're a young dude, you're a young man, so I was just like, yeah,
And that's the thing too is whether whether you are a professional or not, you should approach everything like you are a professional. Yeah. Right? And on top of that.
Oh my God, bro.
That goes a long way. That goes a long way.
You know what's the funniest thing as I'm doing this podcast? I'm on 52 that are out right now, but there's really like 60 done or whatever, right? I'm on 60 podcasts. It has nothing to do really too much, just to give you a preview of what I've been doing. That
60, baby.
60, bro. I realize the most people who I'm scared to ask. Because I think they're so good and stuff, and they have probably more to do and stuff. Those are the most professional people. So the people who I'm thinking who could flake on me, cancel or whatever, those people are on point. What's the time? You guys were good on time too. Once we figured the time, someone canceled on me today, so I tried to get you in early, and then someone else, and then a bunch of stuff happened.
Yeah,
but the way you guys handle it, I look at that on people too now, bro. Because I know some things happen and reschedule, but I'm talking about multiple times, and I realize some of these people who have the most out, or I've seen hard working and stuff, it really correlates well. Very professional.
How we move it basically is like a business. We treat everything like a business. So and we got to be on time with everything. So.
Punctuality is key, man.
Very true, man.
And I feel like that's a part of your artistry, believe it or not. Right? Like, again, imagine if we came in here too doped up, or we came in here late.
Acting up.
We might finish an interview, but we'll never be booked again.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? See, that's what the whole point of the interview is. That's why we could do 3 hours, bro, but I'd rather do 30 minutes to an hour or something, and then have you back. And we keep on the next one, people I like that first one. And as you guys keep coming back, now you have more things to promote. Now people want to see, wait, what was the progression? That was 6 months ago. Let's see what he's doing now. You know what I mean?
How the album do?
That's what exactly, and that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's why I like to keep it like that, and on a very conversation based, and not just letting it too much, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want it to get too stale, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you want to give the people the room to talk and let out and stuff. And also, I need to fill out both of y'all. I don't know, only for the shows the time. But you guys seem like some cool guys.
That's what they. We're okay, man. We're okay.
All right, so let's go to a little silly question, or not a silly question. Let's go to a serious one more, but it's fun. 30,000 seat arena, no budget, big budget actually. You have all the budget in the world. Dead or alive, who's performing?
Me and him.
5, but you got 5 people. You can
we get to get a lineup.
You can watch them. You can perform. But if you perform, you're taking out some of the people.
Yeah, I'm taking out.
Because I do it with if I did it, I wouldn't perform just me. I'd perform with me and my homies. So then that's just one slot. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I would do it. So you got to think about if you're doing a 30,000 seat arena, you're only really getting 4 people in, 5 people in. You know what I mean? Unless they're going together or some shit.
And dead or alive too, right?
Yeah, dead or alive. You can have them.
All right.
You can bring them back to life at their prime.
Okay.
Regenerated. They're not no zombie looking weird shit. Like if you want Prince, it'd be Prince whenever you got him.
All right.
It's green light. Okay, so mine, I'm not gonna lie, just for promotion purposes only. Like I would just have a Stockton portion where me, him, and other guys from the city to come on, right? Besides, so we got that out the way. And then I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have Michael Jackson. I would have Amy Winehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I would have Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
I just had to ask to make sure.
Jay-Z.
I was like, Jay
Dilla? Where am I at?
That's 4.
That's 4. So what else I said? Michael Jackson, Amy,
Jigga,
us, and then this one is tough right here. This one is tough. To be honest, I'm going either Stevie Wonder or Marvin Gaye. That's like a wild card, but that's the vibe I'm going for. Like and I only say that because I haven't got to see. I haven't got to see any of them perform if I'm really thinking about it. Besides that, from that standpoint, but Michael Jackson passed away, Amy passed away, so this would be a show for me. I really wouldn't care about how the show is curated or none of that shit. I would love to see it, and I also think that show would be fucking incredible. So
I'll say first Biggie for sure.
Big, I'm rocking with that. I'm going to that show.
I'll say Money Man. Shout out Money Man.
Okay.
Us.
Yep.
I gotta go with Michael Jackson for sure. Have to. And then, for some reason, I'd say fucking. I want to see Megan Thee Stallion ass.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one right
trying to
there.
see some twerking on
Hey, bro, that's bringing hella bitches and hella niggas out there like, yo,
Like you gotta end it with the Megan.
See, that's a good one, bro. You Megan Thee Stallion. That was a good one. With the lineup you had, I'm like, oh, Megan Thee Stallion would be a good throw right there.
Guess who's coming up next? Nobody knows. No clue. I like that concert. I'll pull up to that bitch.
Well, a person you guys both had on your list was Michael Jackson. That actually sets up the next question. Top 3 Michael Jackson songs from each of you. And you can have a fourth man, like an interchangeable one, if it's really hard. I got
Thriller.
Thriller. There you go.
Okay. Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
And
I think the 3 Michael Jackson songs, it like really tells about you because I ask everybody and they always have like a reason why, like they're like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll throw their first one out and then like you saw you got to that third one like,
you like, let me actually think about this. Think about it.
Because it made you think, okay,
you gotta go to your phone and check them.
Why you gotta do that?
Why you gotta go? I was gonna say, what's yours?
Mine are, so these are, because they all touch me in a certain way and not him, but.
Hey, rest in peace, Mike.
Mine right now, so, because sometimes it changes, but it's really these 4, is Remember the Time. Do you remember the time? Because it was just the video. And then mine's You Rock My World, because of Chris. And then it's an interchangeable of the one from the Jackson 5, and then Butterflies. Because the girl from Floetry wrote that shit.
And the beats are too.
Yeah, like, all you got to do is walk away and pass me by.
That shit's fire.
Bro, that shit breaks my heart, bro.
That song is fire.
Yeah, and then the other one would be when he's Jackson 5 and it's can I stay there when I've been too long? Did I leave your mind when I was gone?
Play that song.
We can play it right here on this shit.
Bang it, yeah. We can have a Michael Jackson. Hey, I ain't got no problems having Michael Jackson already.
Hey, don't pull us off the internet.
Let's rock it out.
If we sing with it, it won't get pulled. It shouldn't.
I was gonna say,
don't
pull it.
Yeah, we'll sing it for like 30 seconds.
No copyright infringement, okay?
I wanna be with you.
I should have Michael Jackson in the background on that. North side. This shit is fire. What's the name of this song? I always forget the name of it.
I wanna be where you are. I said, can I stay? I stayed away too long. Hey, did I read your mind when I was gone? Hey, it's not my fault.
Hey,
let me tell you where I'm at.
Hey.
We gotta turn it off, bro. I'm scared.
Pull it. We like you, Mike. We like you.
Yeah, man. So wait, let's go. Mr.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Baby.
what's yours again?
I said Thriller, PYT, and Billie Jean.
Billie Jean. All right.
Thriller, PYT, Billie Jean. Solid.
Yeah.
Mine are Off the Wall.
Oh shit.
Live your life off the wall.
Yeah.
Live it off the wall. Yeah, I love that song. I can literally listen to that song anytime, no matter what's my mood. I can listen to that song. Second is Dirty Diana.
Oh my god!
I love Dirty Diana. And Human Nature.
Oh.
Human Nature is probably my favorite Michael Jackson song, but this is in no particular order.
Yeah. I can't do it in order.
It's not a order. It's all
There's no way I'll be able to choose that. And 4 would probably be I Can't Help It. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I can't help it. Even if I could, can't help it. If I wanted to.
Hey, go. Honestly, like people don't even understand, bro. Like some of my favorite songs, like even on that new one he came on to, like. Some of the deep cut Michael Jackson ones, like even Janet Jackson, some of those are the best like songs for real. Like I like when he did his re-edition to like Take Me to a Place with No Name. You know what I mean? Just the way he did it and the attitude. You know what I mean? It's just like
Mike.
He does crazy shit, bro.
You get an artist like that where like his hits are his hits and those can't be questioned.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy though? I think it's that way with every artist. Me personally,
yeah.
The ones I'm like, those are my top 5 or top 10 artists. My favorite songs by them are the album cuts, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because how much they focus on their album, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know, right? Or maybe that's why they're in my top 10 in the first place. Yeah. But yeah, all my favorite songs seem to be like the album cuts. You know what I'm saying? Song 7, song fucking 5 or whatever on the album, but not like the hit single or whatever it is. You know.
I forgot King Los. That's one person I for sure.
King Los. The concert one. Yeah, King Los. Shout out King Los, bro. One thing I was just talking about being like a devil's advocate in the conversation. Would you think about it? Maybe it's like as far as promotion wise, because they push it so much on the radio, and you're kind of like tired of it, over it. It's the first thing, and then like when you hear the album, the deep cut, you just hear it new. It's not played up all the time.
That
you get to create your own vision for it. It's like think about Kendrick Lamar. He always brings it up, like, he tried to get, like, that Drake song popping. He tried to get, like, on his first album, you know what I mean? That Drake song. What was the other ones? He had a few other ones on the first album, right? But the song that went off was, like, No, I'm down. Where you from, my nigga? Or was that what? That one, like, or the...
Where your grandma?
And that's the one at the concert. He's like, that's the one that everybody's live at, you know what I mean? But he didn't put the money and time into it to push it, to make it a single for it to be the one to go. But everyone else made it. So, like, if you go back and look at his numbers, I guarantee you, out of the top 3, that's probably one of the most popular songs. And he didn't put no money behind it. He's like, fuck, nigga, like, that could have probably double uranium if we might have pushed it a little bit.
I mean, you know what? I agree with that. I feel like there could be some psychology to that where we could be tired of hearing this song or whatever it is. But then I also say, how I analyze albums, there are some albums where I'm like, the best song on there was the single.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, the best song on there was the single,
Yeah, sometimes they get it right on
sometimes they get it right on the fucking money. Or the rest of the album was just kind of weak. Your single was just the best one type shit. A couple
singles were the best ones, the other one's trash.
I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, because honestly, my favorite artist that I look back on and I realize is, like, they might not have a whole catalog in the album, at least let's get for that album content, for that whole project. That whole album might not be totally fire, but they created a vibe and a frequency where I can listen to that whole album all the way through. And then I realized almost every artist that I consider my favorite is because whatever project, whether it's 10 songs or 15 songs, I can pretty much listen to it almost all the way through because I'm just vibing with what they're doing. Most artists I don't really fuck with, even though I like some of their songs and stuff. If I'm skipping through your songs, I'm like, I'm not relating, I'm not feeling the vibe or what is going on, Because, like, I don't even think Travis Scott's, like, my favorite, but I can listen to Travis Scott all day, bro, for some reason, you know what I mean? That's between person.
He curates his
artwork is good to me, but I just can't listen to him like that.
I feel you, bro. It's whatever how you feel. Because I wasn't trying to be a fan.
I love Travis. Travis is fire,
Some songs slap, you feel me? But some other ones I got him on vinyl.
Make an album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I listen to even like the Cactus Jack, I don't think that's his best project. But when I listen to those 7 songs, I'm like, oh shit, you created a good ass fucking wavelength throughout the whole a good piece of music, and sound. Because that's the same thing. It's really the sound and the waves I really vibe to, just like how other people. So I just wonder with how other artists, like with you guys, like what attracts you to another artist, or just how you even create sound.
So what attracts me to other artists, or to get my respect. Yeah, I have to go to a body of work of yours, right? So I analyze everybody the same way, to be honest, and that's why I put so much time in work into my albums of making, whether, like you said, 10 or 15 songs, but man, you can't skip these. Again, everybody has a different vibe though, and there's certain, like, hey man, like I'm not in the mood to listen to whatever it is, but you can respect, like, yo, like that's a good song.
Exactly.
That's
man, I want to listen to it right now.
Yeah, I'm on listening, but like, okay, that's a good song, So I think, that's what I look for in artists is like, yo, you put time into this album, and like, man, this thing is well placed. The placement of your songs matters. The cover matters. What the subject matter matters.
It's all thought of in the interest.
Subject matter matters.
From start to finish, it just has to be planned out right.
Yeah, I think about that in depth sometimes. Sometimes, do you ever think about it? You think about it too much?
Man.
For sure. When I be writing songs, I be thinking like that. Like, damn, bro, I think too much.
But you know what though? Also, I feel like, and I might sound contradicting with this statement, but then I also think, you know what? Maybe I should stop holding everybody to that standard, because there are some artists where, like, you know what? Like, we just need that hit from you. Like, we don't necessarily need the next groundbreaking album from you, bro. Like,
that's not your role, bro.
That's not your right. In this ecosystem, everybody has a job, right? And so, like, everybody has a voice, a platform, all that shit. And so, we listen to your ass when we trying to pull up on some females, or we listen to you when the females is twerking at the club and we want to bounce on. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different lanes, and so that's how I'm starting to look at music a little bit more now. And then if I have an artist that I believe has hit that standard of like, okay, they made a great album. Now I expect that from you. Now I expect it from you.
There's a certain quality.
Exactly. That I'm going to expect now because you made it. So I'm just holding you to the standard that you set.
Exactly. Just going into that, does that perspective become created the more you make music and create? Because as far as like, I'll be straight up with you. Like, so growing up, I liked all sorts of music, you know what I mean? And then at a certain point, once I get to high school, I'm all like hip-hop underground head, bro. Like, I wasn't listening to anything mainstream. It was around the Soulja Boy time and shit.
Right.
I was really, you know what I mean? You're getting all the Laffy Taffy songs. That's when it started all popping off like that. And I was just like, nah, fuck this, bro. Fuck them, bro. Fuck that. I just listened to old shit, and the older I got, and then fucking Lil Wayne saved me. Because Lil Wayne came out, I was like, I don't give a fuck how, like, this nigga is spitting crazy shit. He's giving out a lot of free music. And it kind of get me to go back. And then now, even when I look back at even Soulja Boy right here with those people and stuff, and then when I start making music, it even goes to a different degree. Because it's one thing about, like, with Lil Wayne, I'm like, okay, I get it, you know what I mean? Because Lil Wayne was the one thing that kind of tied both for me, you know what I mean? Because like, he did metaphors and he did like experimental shit, so you know what I mean, and doing the new wave or whatever.
He sold a lot. He was a superstar, but also
he kept it the bars, bro. Even that this new album that came out like Funeral, I'm like, damn, there's some.
By the way, Wayne needs more respect, and we can do a whole podcast on Lil Wayne specifically and how much respect he deserves.
Dude, Lil Wayne to me, I don't care what anybody says. It's the same thing with Kobe with me. Like, I know Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson. I know Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan. Right. Kobe, Lil Wayne, bro. Best to me. They did most implanted on my life. That's just me personally, because on my life, how I lived it, these niggas interacted with me on that.
You know what's crazy? I connect to that completely, and God forbid anything happens to Lil Wayne, but I literally looked at that the same way.
I would cry, bro.
Like, if Wayne died, I feel like it would have the same type of, you know what I'm saying? Passing away.
At least for me, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's surprising, but just to get on the positive.
Back to the positive.
Positive note, he on his own shit.
But what I was saying is, I was going like. As I started making music, I respect anybody popping. I don't even care, because I said, I used to be the biggest hater, bro, or whatever. But these last 4 or 5 years, bro, as I started making music and stuff, I'm like, bro, if any song, I don't give a fuck what I sang, got off and could get me to go and to do more stuff that I want to do. Exactly. Yeah, you want to come up the way you want or whatever. But certain things, because some songs And the thing is, you realize, like, after you make so many songs, you're like, it's kind of easy to make a song depending how the day's going. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I like to make funny songs sometimes. You know what I mean? And if that funny song you popped off, bro, fuck it, bro. Like, yeah. Cause like it's funny, bro.
Look at Lil Dicky song be hella funny.
I mean, look, we're looking at a real life example, right? Doja Cat released a song "Move." I don't know when that was. She made a song literally called "Say Move, Say Move." But her doing that and going viral, that allowed her to open the door to drop this record that she just dropped, "Say So," which is, I mean, it literally sounds like a hit record.
I think she goes double time. She goes a mainstream joint, or a funny type thing, or she goes straight to like this like ballad type, or like, you know what I mean, like something that's.
So I mean, yeah, like you said, look, if that has to open the door for you to do what you would like to do in your career, then like,
hey, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, to tell you the truth, I believe in that 100% too, because one podcast that actually brought me to doing podcasts is actually the GGN with Snoop Dogg.
Right.
And Snoop Dogg said that shit to everybody. He said that shit, and I can't remember who he was saying it to, because he's just like, yeah, that's how you're thought of and stuff. But he goes, bro, whatever it is to get you in the door, get yourself in the fucking door. Worry about that shit. Once you get in the door, then I'll judge you on what that is. He goes, but whatever gets nigga do that shit, because he goes, because some niggas never get in that door. So if you get in the door, bro, get in the fucking door.
Kick that bitch open, shit.
Kick that bitch down. Now, I mean, minus like compromising, you know, your integrity.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
like,
pride and shit.
You know, certain things like I wouldn't do to get to that next level. But yo, get to that next level.
It's not saying like doing it. It's not making a song for something. It's like saying like it's a song that you don't want to be known
like,
for.
Yeah, the one that defines you.
Yeah, think about like when Frank Ocean did his song with the tornado. Right. He's like, I made that shit in an hour. Not even. And like now that everyone knows me, like I sing that shit everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? So here's another one. For like a light question, and then we can get into maybe one more thing to close it out.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So just I like movies and stuff, and I feel like movies, depending on actors and characters and stuff, they kind of define you in roles and stuff. You know what I mean? Or at least play a personality trait of yours.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and pick one of your favorite actors or actresses, and then pick a movie they're in, and or not even a movie where they're in, but one of their characters that you think relates to you or describes you. You know what I mean? Okay. So like my example is I like Brad Pitt is one of my favorite actors.
Right.
And that Brad Pitt I think I am is the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Brad Pitt. Stuntman, really manly man, you know what I mean? Very few words, you know, but it's not me. Right. The one I would think is the Burn After Reading Brad Pitt.
Excellent movie, by the way.
You know what I mean? And he's goofy, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like I think that's probably me, you know what I mean? So that's me in a nutshell. So like if that would be my example to you.
I feel that. Yeah, I'm an avid movie watcher, by the way.
It inspires me to do stuff.
Avid movie, like I love cinematography, scene switches. I'm a real big movie critic too. I watch a lot of movies. Mine, you know, it's crazy that you have that poster right there. Do the Right Thing. You guys can't see it.
Yeah.
Do the Right Thing is one of the best movies ever made. Well directed by Spike Lee. And
the Ice Cube titties.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Look at the colors and the scenes and all that shit. It's just a beautifully made movie.
Black on black.
But a character that I feel like I've always connected to it when I watch it, I'm like, damn, like, bro, like, yeah, like, this is me. It's his character, Mookie.
Oh,
like, Mookie
shit.
and Do the Right Thing is like I looked at Spike and I'm like, damn, bro, like, with the way he dressed and then just interacting with people and how he was able to move throughout the neighborhood and be cool in different areas with, you know, whatever color, whatever it is, you know. Yeah, and then I just love the aesthetic, his character, like, you know, clothes and just the vibe, right?
It's like the 80s, right? You know, late 80s. So that's
it was just a dope movie.
Hip hop's just being created.
You know, they got the Public Enemy, fight the power, and you know, fight the power. You know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, I would say, Do the Right Thing is one of my favorite movies, and then a character, if I had to connect the character to myself, or whatever, it'd probably be that. And then I feel like I have like a goofy ass side, and that'll probably be like Martin, like literally like Martin, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there's times
like Bad Boys Martin or like
Martin Lawrence in the show Martin. Martin Lawrence in the show Martin. You know what I'm saying? Where like I can have my, you know, very serious times. I'm expounding on whatever topic we want to talk about, and then there's times where I'm just like, yo, man, like, let's have a good time. You know.
Mine's would be Kid and Play.
What would you be? What would
Classic.
you be? Kid
House
or
party.
Black?
Can play neither the main.
I was gonna say which one? Kid or Black? Oh, you mean a combination of both?
Yeah, but all of them. Bring that
said both.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm lighting
Because just like Kid and Play, bro, just like how everything in the movies and all the house parties, like that's how I started, like with the house parties and everything, with the little music and shit.
Alright, so question though, how'd you get into that movie, bro? Like I know it's a cult classic film and shit, but you're pretty young, bro. Like I mean, that even movie's old for me, bro.
Shit, honestly, how I got into it, nigga, I just
It is
honestly
fire.
just,
I'm not saying it's
I don't know
not,
who
yeah.
showed me House Party, but I can say I watched that shit and I can watch all of them.
I was gonna say, have you seen?
I can watch all the
Would
house
you
parties.
have a favorite house party?
Mine's House Party too.
House party too.
Yeah.
House party too.
That
The
shit
thing is, they made
fun.
another one that wasn't even a house party that was fire, and it was both Kid and Play in it, but they did another.
Oh,
one.
I can't remember. I know
That one was
exactly what
fire
movie
too.
you're
That was
talking
like one of my
about.
favorite too. But it's either House Party 2 or
House
that
Party
one.
2 for sure. House Party 2
House Party 2.
was funny as fuck.
Because they went to like a museum, a wax museum, and one, and that was I thought that was a house party, but it wasn't. It was some other shit or whatever. Yeah.
House Party
I
2.
think it said Kid and Play. And I said, hola, 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 hola.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers don't know. Like if I see him in
hola.
concert, I want him in concert too. I forgot all about him. Kid
By the
Play.
way, if you want to see some of the best content, if you're a young person and you're pro-black, or if you're, well, you don't have to be black to be pro-black, but if you're a young person specifically and are pro-black, please check out what black people were doing in the 90s.
Yeah.
Go back and look at television, film, music, the movement of like black positivity and just creativity, from the hardest of hard to the funniest of funny to whatever, being emotional, whatever it is, go back. That was like a time where it was just the golden age of blackness to me. And I always look at it like, man, like we need to get back to that. Right? Just throwing it out there because you said house party, I said do the right thing. These are like around that time of life. You know what I mean? So go check it out.
Yeah, they broke numbers too and barriers. But just to end the podcast, what would you guys want to end it on? Like, you don't have to tell us about like things in the future or stuff, but like, what are you working on? What kind of impressions do you want to leave the listeners? Yeah.
Go ahead.
So again, if there's one thing that I want to leave you guys with, first, my album is coming out in April, and it's gonna be another incredible body of work. Nothing short of what I made last time. Nothing short of amazing, you know. So besides that, though, the last impression I want to give you is that I'm a person that takes the music very seriously. I put a lot of time, I put a lot of dedication into it, and don't confuse someone's confidence with cockiness, or don't confuse different things that you might hear me say, or a vibe that I gave off that might turn you off from a standpoint of like, man, I do, hey, I just really believe in myself.
Yeah.
And that's
Facts.
all.
You gotta believe in yourself.
You gotta believe in yourself, and so not only that, but I put the work in. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
I love you, Stockton.
Mr. GB
With me,
Baby.
shit, just being humble, staying humble, and staying down with yourself. Do everything you do. With music wise, you feel me? Just whatever you're doing, stick to it. Stay on your grind.
No.
It's an open door for the whole Stockton. For wherever you at, it's an open door for everybody. So you just gotta put in that work, and your time gonna come. Me personally, you feel me? I've been working on music for a minute, and I just been writing a lot. So I'm gonna drop a whole body of music, and so everybody ride this wave. GB. What the fuck going on?
Run the Rebels, baby. Run the Rebels, baby.
Well, again, guys, thank you for coming. That shit was fun as fuck.
It was. It
enjoyed
was a great episode, man.
Hey,
A great episode. We're going to shoot another one, for real.
Like I said,
We gotta shoot
with
another
guests
one.
like you, it keeps encouraging me to keep doing this and keep striving to
Oh, yeah,
get
by the way,
platform.
we got to give a shout out to Harmon.
Oh,
Thank
shout
you, bro.
out to you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. He
Appreciate
reached out, and I'm glad we were able to put it together. And what he's doing, connecting different artists in the city, was incredible.
Yeah, I just want people to come to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we just had another artist that he was working with before. I already knew her prior, but if I never met her, we just had a little time in the back room where it's like, hey, like, what's your name? So, okay, and connection. I knew her prior, but still, it's all networking.
That's
and,
pretty.
thank
That's
you,
pretty
bro.
much what the whole show is for. Is pretty much just to let you guys know, just the listeners know. It's just like the show is for one of your fans to come to here and then literally just like to come to see your thing and they're like, oh shit, there's 50 of these damn things, and then you or whatever I have at the time, and then they go look and they're like, oh, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person. Then you go check out whatever artist that either you worked with or I've worked with or anything. It's just like, it's not really for me. It's really just for what I benefit as is I get to meet all you guys and get to get cool with you guys, and that's great to me. I don't really care about the views and shit on this. It's really just like connecting people, make sure that people who are out here doing it, you know what I mean, is to get a platform to just to speak, and maybe so why at that time and whatever project they get a little bit, you know, more knowledge of what's going on of you. You know, it means a lot more. It goes a longer way.
I love it, man. Appreciate that.
So I love you guys for being here. I can't wait for we can do this again.
Oh yeah, part 2 is gonna be crazy, man.
It's gonna be funnier.
And
Part 2.
On that note, blow.
Northside, baby.
Northside,
Northside. Hey, let's get it, baby. Let's go. Play clothing too.
Hey, what it is, it's Harmon Warhol. Hey, click all the links inside next to me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Do something. Please show love. Hey, and get love back. Thank you.